How much is my business worth? Business brokers normally perform business valuations that look at businesses' adjusted cash flow over the past 3 to 5 years. We then multiply that number by multiples depending on the industry and location of the business. The greater the earnings, the higher the multiples as well for that business. As a very simple example, if a business cash flows 100,000 per year with a 2 times multiple, it will be valued at 200,000. A business cash flow will be adjusted to add back excess deductions taken by the business owner. Add backs may include taking excess deductions for goods and services that were personal to the business owner rather than connected to the business. For example, let's say that business owner deducted the full cost of family cell phone plan even though no family members worked at the business. The add back would be the difference between the cost of the plan for the business owner's cell phone plan and the extra cost for the family plan. To learn more about the business valuations, we listed links to additional videos and blog posts that we published. You can find these links in the description section below this video. Additionally, if you would like a business valuation, contact our office for your complimentary business valuation. We specialize in gas station, liquor store, and restaurant business valuations. How do you market your listings or how do you find buyers? We have numerous successful methods to find buyers for your business. We advertised on all major business opportunity listing websites such as BizBuySell and BizBan. We also blast new business opportunity listings via email to our buyer to the list of nearly in thousands. We post new business opportunity listings to all our social media accounts several times a week. Finally, we also post new business opportunity listings in newspaper ads. Do you have buyers who can bring all cash of large down payment? Yes, we do. We have buyers with cash for large down payments, yet smart business buyers prefer to leverage their capital by securing financing for business acquisitions. If the business's cash flow is strong and business financials are accurate and thorough, we will pre-qualify the business for SBA financing. With SBA financing in place, we can bring in a greater number of buyers, a higher sales value, and a faster sale. Thank you. How can I be sure if buyer is going to perform, has good credit, and clean background to eligible for lease and ABC license? We typically address these issues in several ways. First, before the name of your business is disclosed to the buyer, they must sign a non-disclosure agreement to keep all information that they learn about your business confidential. Once we get the NDA, we pre-qualify the buyer by finding out about their background, experience, interest, resources, etc., to make sure that they will indeed be a good match for your business. Next, after the buyer and seller enter into a contract, the buyer has to put down an earnest money deposit to show their good faith ability to buy the business. Additionally, we have the buyer complete a buyer disclosure statement addressing several issues to further qualify them for the purchase of your business. In the buyer disclosure statement, we question the buyer's financial ability to buy the business, credit history, criminal background, whether any statements that they made to the seller were untrue, the source of funds for the business acquisition, resources for operating capital, other individuals that will be involved with the acquisition, etc. The buyer also signs the buyer disclosure affirming that their representations are true and correct. Additionally, during the initial phase of the contract for sale, sellers can perform their due diligence on the buyer by requesting documentation and information to show that they can, in fact, financially perform and complete the transaction. During the seller due diligence, we commonly demand buyer's credit report, last 2-year tax returns, resume, personal financial statement, driver's license, and bank statements. If the seller is financing the buyer's acquisition, we may ask for additional records from the buyer. Thank you. SBA loans might be hard to get for my business. I need a buyer with all cash. SBA loans are not hard to get if the seller's financial performance is strong and their business financial statements are accurate, thorough, and complete. If the seller's business financial profile is not strong, we can bring on all cash buyer or explore the possibility of seller financing. Seller financing usually involves the buyer putting a higher down payment than they would with the bank loan. With the bank loan, the typical down payment is between 10 to 25%. But with the seller note, the amount tends to be higher, around 50%. Additionally, the loan period in seller financing is shorter. A bank loan repayment period is typically 10 years for a business acquisition loan. For seller financing, the parties are free to agree to any time period, but we mostly see a period of less than 3 years. Seller financing leverages capital gains by reducing the actual amount the seller receives in hand at the time of sale, which then reduces the tax exposure. We always advise sellers to consult with their CPA before they sell their business regarding tax strategy, regarding the sale of their business, etc. Is this the right time to sell my business? After a challenging few years, many business owners are calling it quits in 2022. A growing number of buyers with cash on the sidelines have created significant opportunities for business owners ready to sell. Additionally, with the prospect of increasingly higher interest rates on loans to buy businesses and possible looming recession, business sellers find themselves in a very sweet spot to sell their businesses this year. Timing the market for the sale of your business absolutely affects your bottom line, especially if you are seeking to maximize the value of your sale. Businesses that are financially performing at peak are typically the most desirable and therefore the easiest to sell. A profitable business is a more desirable one in the eyes of a potential buyer. On the contrary, a business with declining profits is unlikely to be as desirable, and buyers will negotiate hard when it comes to price to leverage the seller's weaker position. If you are losing a passion for your business, it's important to recognize signs of burnout before the problem really starts, and to sell the business before profits start to fall and the business is no longer such an attractive proposition to potential buyers.